Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is February 24th, 2024, and Barcelona just defeated Getafe 4-0, an absolute dominant performance, a comfortable win over Getafe, and an absolute thrashing in what was a long-awaited great performance by the team. This is the post-match live analysis. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and this is the post-match live analysis where we analyze Barcelona matches, usually as soon as they end. Today I did have prior engagement, so I had to leave home as soon as the match ended. So I apologize for starting this live stream a few hours late, but nonetheless, we're here, and I'm happy to analyze the match with all of you wonderful people in the chat section. So make sure you drop your comments in the chat section so I can read them out loud, answer questions, and get a discussion going. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. All of this helps this channel continue to grow. Now, let's begin with the match analysis. And ladies and gentlemen, all I have to say is bravo. Bravo to the team, bravo to the players, bravo to Xavi Hernandez, bravo to everyone, because this was an absolute wonderful performance by Barcelona. It was an absolute thrashing of Getafe. It was a comfortable victory. It was a match where not only was Barcelona able to create a lot of chances, but they were able to finalize these chances. And most importantly, they were able to hold on to the result, because we've seen time and time again where Barcelona start the match by scoring and then they can't finalize the chances, and then it ends up haunting them because the other team ends up scoring. Not this time. Barcelona showed up today. They did their job, and this is what we ask of the team. Now, I'm not talking about the scoreline. I'm not asking that Barcelona score 4-5-0 in every single match. That's unrealistic. But this is what we ask for when you face smaller teams, teams who are on paper much inferior to you, teams with much smaller budget, teams with inferior players. This is what we ask of Barcelona to do when they face these kind of teams at home. It's for an absolute dominant performance. Small teams should come to our stadium, whether it's the Camp Nou or Montjuic, and think, today I'm gonna suffer. Today I'm gonna be uncomfortable every single second of the match, every single minute of the match. Today is not gonna be a good day. This is what we expect of Barcelona. Again, I'm not talking 4-5-0, maybe a 2-0, maybe a 3-1, but at least a dominant victory over these much inferior teams at our home stadium, not losing against Villarreal, not drawing against Granada. No, this is what we expect of Barcelona when they face much smaller teams, again, in our own stadium. So absolute dominant performance by Barcelona. A 4-0 against Getafe could have easily been even more. There were two clear chances that Rafinha wasted. We had a Lewandowski goal that got ruled offside. So very comfortable scoreline. Could have been much bigger, but we can't complain because today Barcelona did their job. Everybody on the team did their job, and Xavi Hernandez did as well. Now, bravo to Xavi Hernandez, because he saw the tactics of Bordalás with the high line, and he was able to exploit that. And this is a great improvement, because we've seen that in previous matches where Xavi Hernandez was not able to do it, more specifically against Las Palmas. In Las Palmas, we had Garcia Pimienta, did the same thing, employed a really high defensive line, and that team didn't do anything. Today, Bordalás employs a high line. The team is able to exploit it. Long passes to the backs of the defenders, runs to the backs of the defenders, creating lots of chances, scoring 4 goals. And again, could have been a lot more. So good job to Xavi Hernandez, who did a good job tactically, defeating Bordalás tactically, and great job to the entire team who all did their job on the field. Very important victory, three important points. I'm very happy today, and I have to say this was very long awaited. We haven't seen Barcelona win this decisively since, I think, the time they beat Real Betis and Royal Antwerp, which was, I think it was September, maybe early October. So it's been several months since we've seen Barcelona win in such a comfortable and dominant way. So very, very happy, a long-awaited result, but nonetheless, it came. So again, bravo, great job, the team, great job, Xavi Hernandez. And let's head to the chat section. Do some comments, because then I want to talk about players, because there's a lot to talk about as far as the players and as far as the formation as well. All right, let's see. Let me put my glasses on because I'm an old man who can't see. A-Sport says, I have been waiting for this live stream. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for waiting. And again, I apologize. It's a few hours late. I had to leave as soon as the match ended. And yeah, but I'm home now. So let's see. Blarana Kule, solid performance. I finally get to enjoy my day. Absolutely. And it's beautiful because it was early on a Saturday, where it depends where you are in the world. But for us here in New York, it was at 10 a.m. The match ended at noon. And boom, I have the rest of Saturday, the rest of the Sunday to enjoy my weekend. What a great way to start the weekend versus, previous weekends where all of a sudden your whole weekend is ruined. But not this time. So absolutely amazing. And Abdulli says that and Xavi should play Vitor more. Don't know why. Okay. I will talk about Vitor a little bit more. And yes, I agree. I'm not saying this was a perfect performance at 10 out of 10. Not at all. We're not there yet. But huge step forward. Huge improvement. So great job on the team. And let's build on that. I'm not saying this is it. Like we're at the top. We're playing as best as we can. No. This is a great step forward. Let's continue building on that. Had we played with this intensity against Napoli, who were absolutely abysmal, it would be a completely different scoreline. So definitely great step forward, especially because we do have some difficult matches coming up. Not the Gamer says, we thrashed Greenwood. Yes, we did. And that's a huge testament to what the defense did today. The defense was absolutely remarkable, did a great job defensively. That I even forgot that Greenwood was playing for Getafe, like completely canceled out. Did not matter at all. Everybody was worried about what he was going to do, and it's like he wasn't even there. So, but that's a testament to the amazing job that Barcelona did defensively. So let's get back to the match review. By the way, I have discovered the secret for Barcelona winning matches. And the secret is for me to get off my couch, because during the second goal, I got up to throw away something in the trash. And as soon as I walked away, it's like I hear the TV, goal. And I was like, wait, what happened? I run back, and it's like, who scored the second goal? It was Frankie. I think it was Frankie or Joao. I can't remember. Anyways, can't remember the order of goals, but and it's the second goal. And I was like, crap. So I sit down. I'm like, all right, I'm not getting up. I have to stay and keep watching. And then like 10 minutes pass by. I'm like, oh, crap, I left something on the stove. Let me go turn it off. As soon as I get up, I hear the TV, goal, third goal. And I was like, okay, I think that's the key, guys. I'm just going to have to keep getting up my sofa during matches because it seems to work every time. But anyways, let's talk about the lineup. And I do want to talk about some players specifically, but this is the lineup that Xavi Hernandez employed. Of course, Mark ter Stegen on goal, with Joao Cancelo once again in the left back position, with Cubarsí and Araujo as center backs, and we had Jules Koundé in the right back position. Now let's talk, very importantly, about Pau Cubarsí. We have to talk about Pau Cubarsí, because up to this point, Pau Cubarsí has been having excellent matches with Barcelona. Today, it's excellent times a million. Pau Cubarsí was absolutely imperial. Completely top of the line center back. And this is a 17-year-old child. He is only a kid. He's not even a member of the first team. He's an academy player and was absolutely imperial. We already knew how good he was defensively, intercepting passes, always going, fighting for every ball, winning every ball, even in air, really good. We always knew that. But then when you watch him with the ball at his feet, the way he distributes the ball, the way he comes out with the ball, the way he filters passes, I mean, his ability to distribute the ball as a center back, he could easily be a midfielder. Easily. But Cubarsí, absolutely imperial. My God, and he's only 17 years old. Remember, he is not even close to being as good as he can be. And the fact that he's also 17 years old, it means that he's going to be in the club, hopefully, for a very long time. But we have a diamond in the rough in Pau Cubarsí. I wouldn't even say in the rough, a diamond already, because he is absolutely imperial. Excellent, excellent match by Pau Cubarsí. I used to think, Araujo and Kunde are going to be the greatest center back pairing. And I think it's now going to be Araujo and Cubarsí. I mean, those two together, once Cubarsí even gets more experience, are just going to be unstoppable. It's going to be like Piqué, Puyol kind of center backs. Absolutely amazing. Anyways, let's get back to the lineup, because in the midfield we had Ilkay Gundogan with Andreas Christensen and Frankie de Jong as the interiors. And Andreas Christensen, ladies and gentlemen, the way he assisted in Joao Felix's goal, I mean, great. Not only great pass, but the way he was able to read the match and see the space, run to it, occupy it, make the full run, control the ball, and a beautiful cross to Joao Felix. Absolutely magisterial stuff, because we're talking about Andreas Christensen, who's a center back. He's not trained to do these things. And yes, he's playing as a pivot, but he's not a natural pivot. And the way he assists Joao Felix's goal, I mean, it was absolutely wonderful. Another good match by Christensen. I don't want to say excellent. Another good match as in a pivot position. We're going to have to see how he's going to do against stronger teams. So far, we haven't faced really strong teams excuse me, with Christensen in a pivot position. So far, he's been doing the job well. He still lacks some speed in his movement, like when he turns around, which is normal because he's not used to receiving the ball with his back to the opposing goal. Of course, as a center back, you're always facing the opposing goal. So he's still slow in that, but he's been having decent matches so far. We'll see how he does against stronger opponents, like with Athletic Club de Bilbao, which is coming up. But another good match by Christensen, and what a assist! My God, what an incredible assist! But let's talk also about Frankie, because Frankie, once again, excellent match by Frankie, like he's been doing most of the season. He was kind of disconnected in these past few matches. I'm guessing it's because of everything that was going on in the media. They're talking about his salary. They're talking about how he's unhappy in Barcelona. They were talking about, maybe Barcelona selling him. So maybe that's why there was some disconnect this past few matches where he wasn't really playing to his full potential, constantly losing track of his man that he was supposed to defend, constantly making unnecessary runs where he would end up losing the ball. There's a lot of disconnect in that past few matches. Today, back on top of his game, once again, like he's been doing for most of the season and last season under Xavi Hernandez. Another great match by Frankie de Jong. Another goal by Frankie de Jong, where he starts the whole play, makes the run all the way to the box, loses it, but Rafinha recovers it, passes it back to him, and he scores the goal. So excellent match by Frankie, who I believe has redeemed himself after several matches where he wasn't at the top of his game. Now, let's do the chat section, and then we'll continue talking about players, because we do have to talk about Rafinha, who had a really good match. And let's see, where did we leave off? King Hud says, this match is what we need heading to Bilbao. The team did well despite the many hiccups from Getafe. We need to keep it up and move on up the table. Xavi learned from his mistake in Italy. It wasn't even Italy. I think it was Xavi learned from his mistake from previous matches like Las Palmas, where they did the same thing, employed a high line, and we didn't take advantage of all the space behind the defenders. Today, Bordalas employs a high line, and we actually learn, and we start exploiting that space with long passes. And it wasn't just long balls where we were just kicking the ball past the defenders and hoping somebody gets it. It was like intentional passes to the direction of where our forwards were. Our forwards were doing really great runs behind the backs of the defenders. So really good tactical match, with Xavi coming on top of Bordalas. Let's see. Oh, this chat moved on me. Where did we leave off? Emerson says, Christensen was amazing in that pivot role, and he's getting better and better every time he plays there, and good play for Cubarsí, who was a rock today. Cubarsí is just out of this world, guys. Out of this freaking world. Christensen, good game, but I do want to see him against stronger opponents and see what he does. And Not the Gamer says, the one day I don't wake up early for a Barca match, they have the performance of the season. Well, maybe you're the key for Barcelona winning. Maybe you need to sleep through more matches and see, and see if that works. Hamza says, Lewandowski shows today why he's been signed. It's good seeing him find some form. Xabi needed this type of win. I hope we build on it. We looked very good side today. Yeah, I mean, I've been saying this since the beginning of the season. Lewandowski, he is suffering in form because as a result of the team. The team cannot get him the ball. He cannot score. So, of course, he's going to suffer. But people, said I was biased, that I blah, 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 that I was crazy, that Lewandowski's old, that he needs to be sold, that he's done, that he's garbage. Like, fans are fickle. They're very fickle. You have one great match and you need to win the Ballon d'Or. You have one better match. You need to be sold. You're garbage. You're done. Anyways, let's talk more about the lineup because we have to talk about our front three. Of course, Lewandowski as our center forward, Joao Felix, and then Rafinha. Let's talk about Rafinha. A goal and an assist. Great match by Rafinha. I won't say a perfect match because he could have scored a hat trick. He had, three clear chances where it was a long pass that left him hand-to-hand against the goalkeeper. He scored the first one. The second one, he sent out flying over the goal. And the third one, he gave a horrible pass to Joao Felix, which, ended up losing, the whole play ended up losing its danger. He also had one where he gets a great pass in the box and loses it very silly-wise. There was another set piece where they passed the ball to him and he was supposed to kick it from outside the box and doesn't even kick the ball right. So I won't say a perfect match, but nonetheless a huge improvement from what we've seen so far all season from the Brazilian, because he was absolutely spectacular running to the empty space behind the defenders' backs. He was really good at timing those passes. He was really good at creating that space. So really good. And, of course, not only did he score a wonderful goal, the way he controls the ball, sends it into the box, but then he has that assist to Frankie de Jong where he tries to dribble the goalkeeper. Doesn't really work out, but that's okay because he recovers from it by passing it back to Frankie, allowing Frankie to score. So really good game by Rafinha. I think he was chosen MVP. I personally thought the MVP was Pau Cubarsí, but, of course, defenders never get that. It's usually the guys, who are scoring goals and providing assists. But MVP for Rafinha, really good match. And it was nice to see Lamine Yamal get some rest. Lamine Yamal has been playing 90 minutes of every match for the past 2 months. So it's really good to see Lamine Yamal being rested, having Rafinha play in his stead. That was really good. I think the only player that did not perform exquisitely was Joao Felix. He did score the goal, of course. We're not going to take that away from him. But it wasn't his day. I don't know. But he kept attempting his fancy dribbles that wouldn't work and he would lose the ball. This is a lot of what we've been seeing, lately. So not the best match by Joao Felix, but at this point, I've come to expect it. I think at this point in the season, it's clear that we should not be spending money on trying to bring Joao Felix to Barcelona. Now, I do want to talk about the substitutions because even though I think Xavi did a great job tactically to beat Bordalás's Getafe, I do think his substitutions are once again off. But let's do the chat section first. And then the gamer says, Atletico Madrid is tied with Almeria. When I checked, they were 1-1. Then I checked again, and they were 2-1. I guess they're 2-2 now. We'll check in a little bit because I do want to talk about the table. Yusuf says, Mo, the team was unstoppable today. We pray that the players will continue with this performance. Amen, my friend. Amen. JR98 says, Christensen is performing well as CDM. He's very tall, has long legs to intercept, and has the highest pass ratio in La Liga. Yes. I think if Cubarsí keeps playing, he'll probably be the one with the highest pass ratio because Cubarsí's passes are wonderful. Like I said, he could easily become a midfielder and you wouldn't even notice. Thomas says, today's game has been wonderful and spectacular. What a great game. This is what and how to play the rest of our matches to the end of the season. Yes, amen, my friend. Let's see. And Hamza says, Cubarsí was imperial. Being in this calm and having this great football IQ at 17 is just insane. Barca's definitely going to see a golden generation take over football again in a couple of years. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I mean, Cubarsí, even when Fort came in, he was only there for like 10 minutes. And he like started a lot of the plays with his passes. So Fort, Cubarsí, Lamine, I mean, Gavi, we forget that because Gavi is from a different class. We forget he's only 19 or 20. Valde is only 19. Pedri is only 21. We forget that too. Like, we have an incredible young generation. And there's even more in the academy, right? Faye, Mbake, Margiu. There's even more coming up. So we are, and this is why one thing I despise of Bartomeu, that during the presidency of Bartomeu, he just neglected the academy and instead opted for wasting the club's money on signings that never worked out. And meanwhile, the academy players were just leaving the club because they saw that they weren't gonna get promoted because Bartomeu was too busy bringing all kind of failed signings instead of using what we had at home. Because La Masia has always been the best academy in the world, and it still is, top 3 at least. I know some people say, "Well, what about Ajax?" So, anyways, all right. Let's talk about the substitutions, because today Xavi Hernandez did a great job tactically exploiting the space that Bordalas' defensive line left between them and the goal. But I'm still iffy about his substitutions. And I say this because by the 60th minute, we were up 3-0. The match was done. It was won. It was in the bag. Why not start doing the substitutions? Does Ilkay Gundogan have to play 80 minutes of a match you already won? And Ilkay Gundogan is the player with the most minutes right now on the entire squad. Did he really need to play until the 80th minute? No. Another thing with the substitutions, Vitor Roque. Why not bring him at the 60th minute? Why wait until I think the 75th or close to 80th minute? I don't get it. We keep saying that Vitor Roque needs to adjust, needs to adapt, needs to get informed. How is he going to adapt if he's not getting playing time? And when he finally gets playing time, he only plays a few minutes. And not only that, in the wrong position. We signed the center forward so we can keep playing him on the right and left wings. Because here's the thing. If Vitor Roque continues to get minutes for the rest of the season in that position as a right wing or left wing, when it's time for him to play as a center forward, all those minutes that he got of adaptation, it's down the drain. It's like he didn't even play those minutes because he was getting adapted to the wings, not to the center forward. So when he finally gets put in the center forward position, the process is gonna start all over again from square one. And all over again, he's gonna need to start adapting. So it makes no sense to me not to play Vitor Roque. And when you do play him, you only play him for a few minutes and in the wrong position. Like, did Lewandowski need to finish the match? No, he didn't. It was one. Sit him down, bring in Vitor Roque for 30 minutes, have him play as a center forward. If he needs to adapt, that's how he's going to adapt. He's not going to adapt by playing in the wrong position for 10 minutes. That's not going to work. Also, why not do that every match? That's only going to benefit you more. Because first of all, you rest Lewandowski because he's only playing 60 minutes each match. Second of all, you allow Vitor Roque to adapt. And third of all, you have two center forwards who are going to be able to play at their maximum ability. Because you tell Lewandowski, look, you only have 60 minutes to make a difference. And Lewandowski is going to be able to play the entire 60 minutes, pedal to the metal, full throttle. Why? Because he doesn't have to worry about managing his energy because he's not playing 90 minutes. He's only playing 60. Same thing with Vitor Roque. You tell him, look, you're only going out 30 minutes. You have 30 minutes to prove yourself. Vitor Roque is going to go out there and play full throttle, pedal to the metal. Why? Because he doesn't have to worry about managing his energy because he's not playing a full match. So why not do that? Have every match. Lewandowski 60 minutes, Vitor Roque 30 minutes. You keep Lewandowski fresh because he's not playing full matches. You give Vitor Roque the minutes he needs to adapt. And you got two center forwards who can play to their full potential without having to worry about their energy because they're not playing a full match. But I don't get it. Christensen, why not bring him out at 60th minute and put in Oriol Romeo? Like, we already won the match. Why make the substitution at the 80th minute? It doesn't make any sense to me. But anyways, I don't want to complain more because it was a great match by the team, great match by Xavi Hernandez. Tactically, very good victory. And I'm happy in a very long time. All right, let's see. El Arbolero says Rafinha baby was the reason we scored. You know what? That's so funny. I actually totally commented on that, my friends, because he came in with his baby. The baby wearing sunglasses. I was like, I think Rafinha is trying to fool us and make us forget that he's not that good by bringing in his baby. But he shut me up, and he had a great match. He scored a goal, provided an assist. So we got to give credit where credit is due. And Nima says, hey, Mo, what aspects of our game had improvement tonight, in your opinion? Chance creation. I mean, we were able and exploiting the other team's spaces, right? We were able to exploit the space that Getafe's defensive line left. We were able to create chances by making much better passes to the empty space instead of the whole just let me pass the ball to your feet. No, let me pass the ball in front of you so you can run to it. And by the time you get to it, you're face to face with the goal. So much better passing, forward passes, which we've been lacking for a very long time. Much better runs by the players to the back of the defenders. Much better passes to the back of the defenders. And just much better chance creation as a result of all these things. And when you create more chances, you're eventually going to score more goals, right? It's just a numbers game. So great game. And let's see. Ron Lee says, you flip-flop and cannot ride the waves of bad performance. You forget Gavi and Ter Stegen were injured. Okay, it's not flip-flopping, my friend. People need to get it. It's like it's not flip-flopping. You have to understand that when a team does good, you got to praise it. And when a team does bad, you got to criticize it. That's not flip-flopping. That's having reason and intelligence to being able to analyze things. If you always praise a team no matter what they do, or you always criticize a team no matter what they do, you're the one who's wrong, not me. Because that tells me that you have zero criteria and zero analytical skills on how to analyze something. You cannot always praise a player the same way you cannot always hate a player. If a player does great, bravo, good job. If a player does bad, hey, you need to step it up. You call it out. That's not flip-flopping. That's life, my friend. So today the team did great. We're all happy. Let's applaud them. When they do bad, we call it out. You can't just be like, oh, no, they're always bad. They're always bad even when they do good. Or, oh, they're great even when they do bad. That tells me you have no criteria on how to analyze things. All right, let's see. What else? Riley says, as Xavi said in the last game against Napoli, if we continue playing like this, most likely we'll get there. Yeah. Continue playing as today, not the way we played against Napoli, because that was a terrible performance. And that's not flip-flopping. That's the truth. Okay, Aso Saeed says, it was important to give Lewandowski a chance to continue scoring and boost his confidence. Indeed. King Hud says, what's your opinion on shove on Gundogan and the use of combination of pass today? I mean, are you talking about the one where he gets shoved in the box? Because if so, I mean, you can go either way. I wouldn't say I don't think the refereeing was that bad today. At the beginning, there was a little bit of bad calls here and there, but the refereeing was fine. Nasser says, Xavi knows he will leave. I am not sure cares about developing players. He wants to make sure to win the most matches as possible. I agree. Let's see. Okay. Let's look by the way at real quick. I do want to look at the table. Let's see. This is the table as it stands. Let me refresh this to see if Atletico Madrid already uploaded. Okay. So this is why today's match was very important, point-wise. Because with this victory, we are officially in second place with 57 points, 1 point ahead of Girona. And we are only 5 points behind Real Madrid. Now, that's huge. Now, of course, both Real Madrid and Girona still have to play their matches tomorrow. I'm sorry, Girona's Monday, Real Madrid is tomorrow. Real Madrid will play. What is up with all these ads, La Liga? Real Madrid will play against Sevilla tomorrow. It is at home, but it's not the easiest of matches. So if they drop points, we just made the gap smaller. Girona play on Monday against Rayo Vallecano. Rayo Vallecano are a team that usually complicate things for higher ranked teams. We'll see if they drop points, then that really, we have a chance of staying in second place. And given how the team has been performing all season, second place is pretty great. Now, I don't know if that's a testament to how bad La Liga is now, because, I mean, with this performance that we've had in all season, there's no way in hell we would be second in the Premier League. But I don't know. I'll take it. And then Atletico de Madrid, 52 points, 5 points behind us, which is good because we need to build a cushion as much as possible so we can secure the Champions League qualification. Now, we do have a very tough match next week because we do play against Athletic Club de Bilbao, who are currently 5th with 49 points. And if we lose, Athletic Club de Bilbao could end up in the top 4. And it's going to be a difficult match. Very difficult match because not only is Athletic Club de Bilbao, but it's at San Mamés. And that's a very difficult stadium. So, difficult match, but the team did its job today, taking home those 3 very important points and a very comfortable and decisive win, which is what we needed in a very long time. All right, let's see. Let's do a few more comments and then we will end this. Dion says, no one talks about Fermin, what energy he brings. Yes. I forgot to talk about him. Sometimes I forget because I don't see it on the lineup because they're subs. I forget. But yes, let's talk about Fermin. Fermin, my God. Fermin needs to play more. I have no doubt in my mind that Fermin needs to play more. Because that energy he brings in, he's the closest thing to Gabi when he's on the field. The energy, the intensity that he brings is the closest thing to Gabi, no doubt. And he has it all. I mean, the way he associates with his teammates, he makes the team a lot more vertical with his passes, and not just the way he runs to the empty space, and not just is he great offensively, defensively. I mean, he'll run back, help with the defense, intercept balls, take balls away from opponents. I mean, Fermin he's another Gabi. I mean, not as good as Gabi, but he's another Gabi. And here's the thing, Fermin does not play that often. And despite not having continuity, he still does great every time he comes in. So imagine what he would be like if he had more continuity. And this is why I say Fermin Lopez needs to play more often. There is no doubt in my mind that he needs to play more often. Superfan says, Rafinha runs is what I know he has and a shot at the middle, but no on one-on-one situation. He needs to work on that. Yeah, I mean, look, there's not much he can do now. He's 26, 27. That's prime. If he doesn't have the one-on-one, he's not going to develop it. Like, he's way past that. He's way past his formation years. That's why I say he's not Barca level. Yeah, he has a great shot. Yeah, he runs a lot, but he doesn't have that danger or that chance creation that someone like Lamine Yamal does, which Barcelona needs in their wingers. And Rafinha doesn't have that in him. Nonetheless, great match by him today. I'm not going to take that away from him, but it doesn't change my opinion that he's not Barca level because of what you just said. Okay, Not the Gamer says, do you think we should loan Fermin? Me personally, I would keep him and make him get regular game time. That way he makes an impact. I don't think we should loan him. No, I think Fermin is a great asset and he should be getting more time. But anyways. All right, guys, that is it for the live stream. Amazing win today. Dominant performance. Comfortable victory. Total thrashing of Getafe. 4-0. Could have easily been 7-0. Great game by Barcelona. This is what we ask of the team, that when they face much more inferior teams at our home stadium, to win convincingly. I'm not saying 4-5-0. That's not realistic to expect that every match. But this is what we ask of the team, to win convincingly against much more inferior teams in our home stadium. That's how it should be. When small teams visit our stadium, they should be afraid. They should think this is going to be an awful day, and we're going to suffer every minute. So great match by Barcelona. Great match by Xavi Hernandez. And as always, Visca Barça.